Hi guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. I need a few moments before I start my camera, but I can start the trial. So, what you see here, we've seen this judge, I think, one time before. He's not the star of the show, though. So, because it's a jury trial, so he sort of just sits there. But in almost the very center of the screen, down a little bit, you see a guy in a light blue shirt. He's pro se. It's a jury trial. So, here we go.
All right, good morning again, everyone. As the judge said, hopefully this is a short trial, but it's an important trial. And it's also a straightforward case. Should be a straightforward trial. Choices have consequences. We all have choices. We talked about earlier, as you may imagine, right? This involved a fight, involved an assault, involved harassment, physical contact, where choices were made. We all have choices to go left, choices to go right. And you make those choices, you have to live with those consequences. And also, as we talked about jury selection, you may have gathered this is a case where self-defense is being claimed. So it's kind of tried to talk about self-defense earlier, about whether you can disengage and what constitutes self-defense. And I'll argue that the evidence is going to show that self-defense does not include pursuit. And you'll see as the evidence goes throughout this trial of what I'm referring to, and I'll follow back up with this throughout trial. So why are we here today? Why are you guys sitting here? Why are you missing work? Why are you missing your kids? Well, I'll tell you. So on March 9th, 2025, approximately 8 p.m., Foxwood Court Apartments, which is in Parker, Colorado, here in Douglas County, which is why we're here in Douglas County Court. As a dispute happened between two neighbors, one being Mr. Newton, the defendant, another being Donald Shaw, who's the victim in this case. And you'll hear from him in a little bit. He'll come testify. So they argue outside. They have apartments complex that they live in. There's also a common courtyard area that has grass that you may imagine a lot of apartments have. So this is where the argument occurred. Discussion, right? So they don't know why originally. You're going to hear probably conflicting accounts of why, like, why does this even happen? Why did they even start arguing? You're going to hear from Mr. Shaw a reason. You're probably going to hear from Mr. Newton as well a different reason. And so I want you to keep both of those in mind when you're thinking about this, when you're listening to it as the testimony goes on. So they discuss at some point, hey, let's just settle this later on. They're talking back and forth. They're yelling at each other. They're calling each other names. They decide, hey, you know what? Let's just fight. Let's agree to fight later on. Let's sign something. Let's step in the ring. Let's do that at a later event. They shake hands. You'll see on video in a little bit that as they shake hands, it appears that one of them didn't let go. You'll hear probably from Mr. Shaw that Mr. Newton didn't let go of his hand. So they're trying to shaking back and forth, ends up pushing Mr. Newton in the shoulder. So as I said, pushing and shoving goes on. Afterwards, the victim, Mr. Shaw, turns around, starts to retreat back to his residence. At that point, you see the defendant follow him. You see the defendant follow behind him. As the victim's walking this way towards his house, the defendant runs up, grabs the ankles of Mr. Shaw, lifts him backwards, and his face slaps and hits the concrete. So you'll see that. It's going to be on video. And you'll see the injuries that resulted from that. So like I said, the victim strikes the concrete. His face hits the concrete, hands hit the concrete, his elbows hit the concrete. Then, after that happens, defendant, Mr. Newton, disengages. So you'll see he comes, pulls Mr. Shaw, hits the concrete. Defendant then walks away, disengages, even goes off camera. At some point, the victim gets up, rightfully angry. And I'm not saying that this is how this should have been handled, right? It could have been handled a lot better ways. Has some choice words from him. The defendant comes back over to where Mr. Shaw is and proceeds to punch him, slap him twice, and then punch him a third time in the face. The victim is left bleeding and injured. And these are some of the photos that you will see. So this is the victim right here, Mr. Shaw. You'll notice the injury here on the chin. It's blood. That's where his face smacked the concrete. You'll see here elbow scraped. zoom in photo right here. You can see the elbow. You can see basically the red. It's kind of shiny, right? It shows that it's a fresh injury. You can see in the bottom. So he has one on the top of the elbow here and then the bottom. And then this is where his hand is scraped from when he tried to basically catch himself. Okay. So the good news is a lot of the times you go to trial, you hear things, it's he said, she said. You have to evaluate the credibility of the witnesses, which we still have to do. But the good thing is it was all captured on a Ring camera, and it was captured by a Ring camera of an independent third-party witness who happened to be the neighbor, right? Everybody's got cameras these days. His was happened to be recording. He didn't actually see the incident happen, but when police responded, he was like, well, I have a camera here, let me check. And that's what he had. He found out that he had it on camera. So after Mr. Newton strikes Mr. Shaw in the face 3 times, Mr. Shaw goes back and says, I'm going to call the police. Goes back, walks into his house. Victim calls 911, reports being assaulted by the defendant. A little bit later, you have a couple officers, but the main 2 officers are Officers Sear and Terry. They're Parker Police Department. They respond to Foxwood Court. The officers, as you might imagine, you've seen probably watch cops. The officers kind of split up. One goes talks to the defendant, one goes and talks to the neighbor. So that's what happens, right? So the officers go speak with both the victim, they speak with the neighbor, and they speak with the defendant. One of the officers you'll hear from later on goes and talks to Mr. Reynolds, the neighbor, who provides ring camera footage of the incident. So the officers, in their investigation, right, when the officers go out, they do investigations. They have to look at all the evidence. They have to get witness statements, victim, defendant. They try to comb the area and see all types of evidence that they have. So they had the ring camera footage, and that was one of the things that they reviewed in helping to determine their investigation, what happened that day, or happened that night, actually. Officer Terry physically observed, once you talk to the victim, physically observed the victim's chin, elbow, and hand, the injuries, and she's the one who took the photographs that we just saw. Then after that, Officer Terry goes and talks to the defendant. The defendant actually admits to striking the victim. I don't think that's a point of contention at all in this trial. I think the issue is going to be that this is a self-defense. And so you'll see and hear from Mr. Newton himself on the body cam footage that he did strike Mr. Shaw. And again, he says that he struck it in self-defense, and I believe the evidence will show that this was not self-defense. So after completing the investigation, like I said, what officers do, they go in, they look at all the evidence they have, talk to people, look at all the evidence. They came out with one initial charge, assault in the 3rd degree, knowingly or recklessly. So it says summons issued. So they were trying to be nice at the time. They didn't arrest Mr. Newton. They could have arrested him. They could have made him go to jail, have to bond out. I think it was a weekend. So he would have had to stay there overnight, but they didn't do that. They issued him a summons and then told him he'd have to go to court. Now, the judge read to you about harassment, physical contact. So when officers originally charge defendants or charge crimes, prosecutors can end up charging additional crimes. So that's what ended up happening here today. So you'll hear from Officer Terry of why she decided to issue an assault in 3rd degree summons. The harassment charge, harassment, physical contact, was added later by the district attorney's office. So just going to kind of preview what you're going to see and hear today, the witnesses and evidence you'll hear. You're going to hear from Jason Reynolds, who I talked about. He's an independent neighbor. He's got no dog in this fight. He knows both of them because he lives in the area. He's the Ring camera owner, and he's the one that provided the video evidence that you'll see to police. Mr. Shaw is the victim. You'll be able to hear him talk about the incident in his own words. You'll be able to have him identify himself and the defendant in the video. He'll be able to describe how it felt when he got pulled down, how it felt when his face struck the concrete, how it felt when his elbow got scraped up. And you're going to hear about his pain and injuries, and he's going to talk about it and testify about it on the stand. You're going to hear from Officer Matthew Sir. He's the one who responded. He's the one that talked to the neighbor. He's the one who got the Ring camera footage. And so you'll hear about how the process they go to when they go out and they talk to witnesses and they gather evidence, and the process that they do of how they preserve it, how they send links out, how you're supposed to basically get from the neighbor's Ring camera footage to the evidence, basically that you're going to see here today. And then finally, you're going to hear from Officer Danielle Terry. She's the one who spoke with the defendant. She's the one who made the charge. She's the one who documented the victim's injuries, took the photographs, and she's the one who recorded the defendant's explanation on body-worn camera. So you'll be able to watch her body-worn camera footage of the incident once she responded. So again, the charges before you today are assault in the third degree, knowingly or recklessly. So the elements of the crime of assault in third degree, knowingly or recklessly, are that the defendant in the state of Colorado at or about the date and place charged knowingly or recklessly caused bodily injury to another person. We kind of talked about what bodily injury was in jury selection. You will get jury instructions that talk about what they call the mens rea of knowingly or recklessly. So when you do that, when you go and review the evidence, you'll be able to go through and you'll be able to see what knowingly or recklessly means, what the legal definition of all that is. Also charged with harassment, physical contact. The elements of this harassment, physical contact are that the defendant in the state of Colorado at or about the date and place charged. So basically those two elements are the same in both. With intent, which again, you will get jury instructions that explain what with intent means. To harass, annoy, or alarm another person, struck, shoved, kicked, or otherwise touched a person or subjected him or her to physical contact. So I talk about these elements in both these charges because I want you, as the trial goes on, I want you to keep in mind what these elements are. And as the evidence gets presented, I want you to think about these elements and how the evidence that you hear matches up with these.
We do have some harsh language, at points of this trial. They recorded a fight, so yeah, fisticuffs. They recorded fisticuffs.
At the end of, like I said, at the end of the conclusion of the evidence, I'm going to be asking that you find the defendant guilty, and this is how we're going to do it: is by proving each and every one of these elements. So, what defense theory might you likely hear? Well, I suspect that you're going to hear from Mr. Newton again, self-defense. But again, as I said earlier on, self-defense does not pursue. That'll make a lot more sense when you see the video here in a little bit. The evidence will show, which I believe the evidence will show, as evidence gets presented and admitted, that the victim disengaged, victim being Mr. Shaw, after they agreed to fight, basically shook hands, he disengaged, retreated towards his home. You'll see the defendant pursued him as his back was turned. Defendant attacked him from behind, grabbed his ankles, pulled him backwards, like if you heard the term scorpion, basically like scorpioned him, right? Face hits the concrete. Defendant then leaves. I kind of talked about this earlier. Defendant leaves, victim is rightfully upset, jabs a little bit, then comes back, walks all the way over to the victim, and then proceeds to strike him multiple times in the face. I argue that, or I will submit to you that the evidence will show this is not self-defense. Now, the burden of proof the judge talked about, you may have heard it on TV before, beyond a reasonable doubt. It's not beyond all doubt. It's not beyond a shadow of doubt. The judge talked about it's a standard that leaves you firmly convinced. And as the judge said too, the burden of proof is on the state, is on the people. And so it's my burden to hold and prove throughout trial that I've met each and every element beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant committed this. And if at the end of this trial you feel that I haven't done that, then you must find the defendant not guilty.
The injuries are, I think, a cut lip, and his shoulder had some scratches on it. But like the face bleeds a lot, so when the police were there, his face wouldn't stop bleeding, and actually it got all over his legs, so they thought his leg was all cut up, but no, it was just his face was bleeding all over the place. Actually, when the first officer arrived, the first thing he noticed was all the blood on the sidewalk.
However, the counter to that is, if at the end of trial you believe that I have proven each and every element beyond a reasonable doubt, I am going to ask that you return a verdict of guilty on assault and harassment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Green. Do you care to make an opening statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You're welcome to do it from the lectern or in the well, whichever you prefer.
The jury allowed. I say jury.
Why don't you take them to the lectern and do it from the lectern? But
Good morning, Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. This case is about a heated disagreement between between two neighbors with a long history of ongoing problems. The evidence will show that this was not a one-sided assault, and it was not a criminal attack. The prosecution wants you to believe that myself intentionally assaulted the alleged victim. But when you carefully examine the evidence, the facts tell a very different story. Excuse me. You will hear that dispatch records records themselves documenting that two men had ongoing issues. You will hear testimony that this conflict had been building for years. This was not an isolated encounter between strangers. You will also hear the officers who charged me did not witness the incident firsthand. Every opinion they formed came from reviewing the Ring camera after the fact. And despite both officers reviewing the exact same video,
He makes a big deal of that. The officers didn't see the fight. They don't know.
describe important events differently. One officer describes a situation one way, the other officer describes a situation another way. The reports conflict on key details, including how the confrontation escalated, the nature of the physical contact, and what exactly occurred during the interaction. The evidence will further show that the alleged victim was actively participating in the confrontation. Both parties argued, both parties continued engaging and or re-engaging, excuse me. And there was yelling, mutual interactions, and physical contact occurring during a tense emotional exchange.
I say every time we hear, I don't wear underwear, we take a shot.
The prosecution's case relies heavily on video evidence, but the defense disputes the reliability and completeness of that video. The original recording was not produced. Portions appear incomplete, and the video does not capture the full context of the incident. Most importantly, the evidence will show that the alleged injury was not intentional. The injury occurred during a rapidly unfolding confrontation with the complainant, the alleged victim, fell and struck the sidewalk. This case is not about criminal intent. It's about a chaotic neighborhood dispute that escalated. Excuse me. That escalated emotionally and physically. At the end of this case, you will
The prosecutor already made him cry.
hear all the evidence. You will see the prosecution's case cannot prove beyond a reasonable doubt that I knowingly or recklessly committed assault in the third degree. And because of the prosecution cannot meet the burden, I will ask you to return the only verdict supported by the evidence, not guilty. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Newton. Mr. Green, if you'll call your first witness.
People call Jason Reynolds.
Everybody doing okay if we go another half an hour? Okay. Anybody wants a break at any point, let me know. I want you guys to be comfortable. You'll do a better job if you are.
I realize we just started and he's asking about a break. They did jury selection. They did sort of instructions, like just trial instructions. They're going to give more instructions later. I cut all that out. So it's already been a couple hours for these guys. This is a one-day trial, so we'll finish this tomorrow. It's entertaining.
Good morning, sir. If you'll come right up to the witness stand over here to my right. Morning. And if I get you to raise your right hand, I'll just get you sworn in before you have a seat. Do you solemnly swear or affirm under the penalty of law the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, go ahead and have a seat. You don't have to be right on it. Microphones are directional, so if you can try and be in front of it. And just one ground rule, we all tend to kind of nod our head or say, in conversation. This gets recorded, so that doesn't work. If it's a yes or no question, please try and answer yes or no. If you forget, either Mr. Green or I will remind you. And with that, Mr. Green, you can start when you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Mr. Reynolds. Thank you for being here.
Good morning.
Could you please state and spell your last name for the record?
Reynolds, Reynolds.
And first name, Jason.
Correct.
What do you do for work, sir?
I'm in tech sales.
And how long have you been doing that?
5 years.
Ever since the entire time that you lived here, lived at the address you're at currently?
Yeah, I started a new position, but
Okay. I want to specifically address why you're here today. I want to direct your attention back to March of 2025. Where did you live at that time?
the same address.
And where's that at? You don't have to give the exact address, but.
Yeah, Parker, Colorado, Foxwood Court.
And approximately how long had you lived there at that time?
I've been there for coming up on 3 years in August now.
So in those 3 years, had you encountered either Mr. Shaw, when I say Mr. Shaw, I mean Donald Shaw, and Mr. Newton is Robert Newton. Had you ever encountered either of them in those 3 years you've been there?
Yes,
Which ones, or both?
both.
Both. And how did you know them?
Donald was my next door neighbor, and Rob lives 4 doors down from me.
You call him Rob. Are you
Not
Are you
three
close with
doors
him?
down?
We've had several conversations over the years.
Are you close friends with Mr. Shaw?
With Donald, as neighborly as we can be. I talk with both of them when we're out front.
So you would say you're friendly with Mr. Newton and maybe just more of acquaintances with Mr. Shaw?
I would say I've had more conversations probably with Rob, but I would say it's probably 60-40 split with the amount of time I've talked with each.
Before March 9th of 2025, did you ever have any personal disputes with either of them?
No, they've actually both were polite to me every time I had any kind of conversation.
And what about afterwards? Have you had any disputes with them?
No,
What about since you've been subpoenaed to testify here? Has there been any issues or anything like that?
nope.
And were you personally involved in the disagreement, the incident that happened on that day, March 9th, 2025?
I was not. I was inside my house.
Did you personally witness it at all?
Through the video, through the Ring camera, I heard commotion going on, so I pulled it up to see what was happening.
Okay. And just to be clear, just to back up, you're here today under subpoena.
Correct.
Do you want to be here right now?
No,
Did you voluntarily seek out doing this?
no.
Now, in terms of the outcome of this trial, do you have any personal interest in whether Mr. Newton is convicted or acquitted?
I would say I've had a great relationship with him. He's always been nice to me. I think this was a bad situation for all parties involved, and I don't want anybody to be penalized because 2 grown-ups had a disagreement. But
Okay. So I guess more what I was looking for, do you gain to lose? Do you stand to gain or lose anything by the outcome of this trial?
no,
So basically what I'm getting at is you don't really have a dog in this fight.
not at all.
Now, what is your understanding of why you're here today?
Because I provided the video to the police who turned up on site, and I needed to come to court today to testify that I do remember the video, and I provided that into evidence.
And what software application, whatever,
Terry, you started this?
what was it that you used?
It was a Ring camera, a Ring doorbell camera.
And up until that point, March 9th, you kind of already testified, but I just want to clarify, you were familiar enough to recognize Mr. Shaw on the video?
Yes,
Same thing for Mr. Newton?
correct.
And do you see Mr. Newton, or Rob, as you call him today here in the courtroom?
I do.
And can you please describe an article of clothing that he's wearing, where he's sitting?
Blue shirt, glasses, right to your right, sitting next to you.
Over here?
Yep.
Your Honor, at this time, I'd ask the record to reflect that the witness has identified the defendant in open court.
Record so reflects.
Now, I want to direct your attention now, I guess, to the ring camera and the field of view and everything. So you have your residence at Foxwood Court. You had the ring camera as of March 9, 2025.
Correct.
Do you recall or do you know what type of ring camera it was?
The doorbell Ring camera, not sure the version.
Is this something you installed? Was it already there?
I installed it.
Installed it? Would you say you have a lot of experience with that?
I had it at my previous house as well. I have one in the backyard, so I would say so.
If you had well, I don't want you to guess, but if you know, about how many years have you been using Ring?
Probably 5.
And so would you say you're pretty familiar with installation software, how everything works?
For the most part.
Now, if you were to pull up the Ring camera, what general view outside of your residence would have been able to be seen from the camera?
Yeah, we have a courtyard in front of our place, and you can kind of see the sidewalk, parking lot, and the whole courtyard, which includes neighboring houses.
Were you able to see Mr. Shaw's residence or porch or anything like that?
You can see maybe a portion of it. I don't think you can see the
He really does, Michael. He really does.
whole porch, but
What about Mr. Newton's?
you can see it as well from the Ring camera.
So it's safe to say you could get you got a whole field of view of the entire courtyard area, both where the defendant and the victim live.
Correct.
Not exactly. That's not exactly the truth.
Now, I know we kind of talked about this, but I want to go a little bit more specific. Regarding the Ring camera, how do you normally access recordings for that Ring camera?
In the app. So it will get a notification on the phone anytime there's movement, whether it's a car driving by or someone walking by. And then if you can click on the notification, or you can log into the app and view live footage at any time.
How do you, are you able to send that footage? Or if you wanted to send that footage, how would you do that?
So the way I've done it in the past is I will screen record on my phone. I'll have the video playing on my phone while the screen is recording. And then that's how I've been able to send videos in the past. I'm not sure if in the app I can send videos that are in there or not.
When you say screen recording, for people who may not know, what does that mean?
So I have an iPhone. On an iPhone, you can basically mirror by recording your screen. So everything you're doing on your phone, it's recording it. So any movements, any apps you go to, you'll be able to see it. So I went to the app and played the video and recorded that through the phone software.
Physically, how would you actually access screen recording on your iPhone?
So I've actually added it to my drop-down screen. So you can drag down, and there's a screen record button that you press. It counts down 3, 2, 1, and then it starts recording anything that you navigate to in the phone.
And so when you're doing the screen recording and you swipe down and it starts, does it show that you swipe down? Basically, does it show the screen recording area?
Yeah. So if you are still on that screen when it starts recording, it'll show you like, okay, you were on the screen recording portion, and then you're navigating from one app to the next.
And then regarding the Ring application itself, when you're reviewing video, does it allow you to, it allows you to play the video, I assume?
Correct.
What about pause the video?
Yes.
Does it allow you to speed up the video,
Yes.
slow it down?
I think you can rewind. I don't know if you can slow it down.
What about, so you can play, fast forward, can you scroll to different portions of the video?
You can.
Okay. How do you normally do that?
It's a kind of like a scroll bar on a computer. You just move your finger and you can scroll through the length of the video to the section you'd prefer.
Does it allow you to adjust audio?
You can adjust volume up and down,
How would you do that?
just like you would on your phone. Anytime you wanted the volume up or down, if any app, you just press the volume up or down.
Okay. And if you were screen recording the Ring camera and you wanted to move the volume up, would that be captured on the screen recording as well?
It would.
Now, you said at some point that night on March 9th, you got a notification and you reviewed the footage that popped up. Did you contact police?
I did not.
How, or can you tell us about how your involvement came about?
Yeah, so I didn't even get I don't remember or recall getting the notification, but I heard altercation out front. So I pulled up the Ring camera and saw it. And then after the incident had slowed down or settled down, we had cops come around and knock on the door because they saw the visible Ring camera.
Wait, he does more. He does more than just speed up, slow down, and change the volume on his Ring cam. Hold on.
And asked for the footage.
Okay, and then what did you see in the footage, I guess?
I saw the two parties having words at first and looked like they were going to resolve it by shaking hands, and then there was some pushing and shoving going on, and then people getting hit and pushed and tripped, things like that.
When you say parties?
I did.
Can you just be more specific about those parties?
Sure. Yeah, I saw Rob and Donald yelling at each other from across the courtyard, and then got close and looked like they were going to resolve things by shaking hands. And then I believe at first Donald pushed Rob, and then Rob went after Donald.
And then your identification of them was based on, you're able to identify them in the video based on your familiarity with them in the neighborhood.
Correct.
And you saw the Ring video, but you did not personally see the interaction occur in real time.
I watched the video in real time.
In real time?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, did you preserve the footage? How did you preserve the footage other than, did you screen recorded it, saved it
I did.
in your, Photos app?
Yep.
Now, when you showed the police the Ring camera footage, had you used any of the playback controls?
I don't recall.
Okay.
Maybe if you can clarify what you mean by that, I might be able to.
In terms of playback control?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So, so the incident was probably several minutes long, right?
Correct.
Did you show them the entire footage, or did you scroll through it?
I believe I showed them the entire footage on the screen recording. You
You
can
didn't.
see, basically it's like an orange bracket for a live video, and you can see the start of it. And I believe I started at the very beginning for them.
Do you recall if if the screen recording would have shown that you were adjusting the volume?
Yeah, so the screen recording will show if you're adjusting volume, and you can also see if I'm speeding through sections of the video.
And do you recall if you did that?
I did not.
Okay.
That I can recall.
He cut him out completely. Like I cut the jury instructions out of this video. He cut all the boring parts out of his video and just left the fights. But what he also did, so he hears the altercation outside. He turns on his Ring camera on his computer or his iPad, his phone, whatever. Then he takes his camera and he follows them around with it. You can do that, apparently, with a Ring camera.
Are you familiar with artificial intelligence
Yes.
and AI video creation? I'm not asking you anything about expert opinions or anything like that, but did you modify that camera footage to insert either the defendant or the victim, Donald Shaw, in there?
No, I didn't.
Did you digitally alter it in any way other than maybe fast forwarding it or trying to turn up the volume that shows up on the screen recording?
No, I did not.
Is a jury, if the video gets admitted, would the jury be able to see these playback features if they
It
were
is.
on the video
Yes.
captured?
Yes.
And do you recall if it was played back at a normal speed?
It was.
It was. Now, after you got can you tell us about what happened after you got contacted by Parker Police?
Yeah, they knocked on the door, asked if I had video. I did. They asked me to submit the video. So I believe I maybe messaged it to a police officer and then actually got a portal link because they said we can't take through a text message. So I believe I had to submit it through a form to submit the documentation. And then they said, thank you. We'll be in contact if we need anything else. So it was a short, quick interaction.
And so you uploaded, they sent you a link to upload it, and you uploaded the screen recording of the Ring camera footage in your Ring camera app.
Yes, I believe that's the situation.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
You may.
If he had a lawyer, this video would have never made it in because it was edited.
defense,
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we may go a little into lunch hour. I want to try and finish Mr. Reynolds' testimony so we don't have to bring him back after lunch. But we won't go too far.
should be done shortly, Your Honor. What is People's Exhibit 1? Do you recognize it?
Yeah, it's a video that I saw this morning of my Ring footage.
And you recognize it, or I guess, how do you recognize it?
Because I watched them place it into the DVD player and take it out, and basically they handed it straight to me from taking it out from playing, and I signed it and dated the CD.
You say signed and dated, are your initials and dates on
Initials,
that?
yes, initials and dates are on here.
Oh, that's okay. I wanted to make sure that you're saying you signed and dated the CD.
Yes, correct.
Now, is People's Exhibit 1 the native, uninterrupted, original Ring export file?
Yes,
It is. Is that the same thing as a screen recording?
yes. It's the video
No,
that I
and no.
provided to documentation.
That's the screen.
But it's not a
recording.
Ring, you didn't get the actual file from Ring app, like you didn't download it from the Ring. You get a screen recording of.
Correct.
Okay. Now, does People's Exhibit 1 fairly and accurately depict what was displayed through your
Oh no, Bobby. I'll commit assault, but I won't commit burglary.
Ring camera the night of that incident?
From the point that I went to the video to watch, everything that I saw is on this same video.
And that footage captures everything that you talked about up until this point.
Correct.
Your Honor, at this time, the people offer People's Exhibit 1 into evidence.
All right. For the record, objections that were made by Mr. Newton pretrial are preserved for purpose of
Good
appeal.
morning,
Any
Jack.
additional objections over and above those?
Defense would still object to the mention of the video under CRE 901, CRE 403, CRE 1002 for lack of authentication, unfair prejudice, and failure to produce the original recording.
Okay, the court believes those go to the weight the jury wants to give the exhibit, not its admissibility. Again, those objections and the one made pretrial are preserved for purpose of appeal, but the court is going to admit People's Exhibit 1. It is admitted.
Your Honor, pass the witness.
All right, Mr. Newton, any cross-examination questions for Mr. Reynolds?
Just a couple.
All right.
So you stated earlier that your Ring camera activates when it senses movement.
Correct.
Cars going by, someone walks past the door or something like that. And on the Ring camera, do you know what the angle is without adjustment?
It's pointed typically straight forward,
Mhm.
and you can get a pretty wide view, and then you can also adjust from side to side when you're watching.
And when you were watching it, did you adjust that camera?
I did.
Okay. And what was your reason for adjusting it?
Because I was watching the interaction unfold, and there's times where parties would move, or yourself or Donald would go to one side or another.
Mhm. And you said you lived there for about 3 years, correct?
In August.
Okay. And then you also stated that you didn't download the file from Ring. You used a screen record.
Correct.
And you also stated that when you do the screen record, if you should so happen to go forward, backward, or skip a section, it would pick that up, correct?
Yes.
Now, when you send that screen record, generally the only notification that you would get in that screen record is the counter at the bottom. You're going to see the numbers jump. Would you agree with that?
I say that one more time.
So any video has timestamp as it's going through it. And would you say if you've seen a video jump from, let's say, 7:30 p.m. and the next frame is, say, 7:52, would you figure that would be a you skipping in the video?
I would imagine showing on a Ring specifically, there's a bar at the bottom, and you can see if it's moving in a natural cadence or if it's been jumped. So that would be where I look at. I don't even know if there's a timestamp, to be honest.
Gotcha. And so again, that footage was from a screen recording,
Correct.
not the downloaded file from Ring. Now going back to the angle, would you say without adjustment, you can actually get a full 180 degrees? Or would you say you're more like a 140 to 160 prior to adjustment?
Prior to adjustment, I don't know the exact angle, but you wouldn't capture as far as you can because you can zoom out, you can zoom in, but you do get a pretty wide view standard.
I think that's all I have for now.
Okay, Mr. Green, any redirect?
I have no further questions, Your Honor. I thank you
All
for
right.
your time, Mr. Reynolds, and may the witness be excused.
Well, any jurors have any questions for Mr. Reynolds? If you do, if you raise your hand, let me know. Okay, I see none. Mr. Reynolds, thank you for your testimony. You're released from your subpoena. You're free to go.
Perfect.
You're welcome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't work out this way often, but we're just pretty much at the noon hour, about 5 minutes before. So we're going to take the lunch break. Again, you're on your own to get lunch. You don't have to stay together. You go your separate ways. You're free to use the cafeteria in the courthouse. In the interest of trying to maximize the chance that we get done today without compromising either the prosecution or Mr. Newton's rights, I'm going to ask you to try and be back here by 1. If you go out in the community and you get caught out there and you can't be back right at 1, don't stress about that. Don't break any laws to get back here on time. We will get started when everybody gets back. I don't know how familiar any of you are with Castle Rock, but Highway 85 Santa Fe is just to the west of us, like a block. If you go north on Santa Fe, the outlet malls are there. There's King Supers
Rude, Judge.
on the left-hand side of the road as you're going that direction. That has a delicatessen. There are a bunch of fast food restaurants over there as well. There are also fast food restaurants on the other side of I-25. My staff are going to take you through that door. It's a secure door, so you can't get through it without them. They're going to take you back to the jury room where you can put the notebooks and things down. They're then going to take you.
That's why I left that in there, Maiko. No free lunch. They have to go get their own lunch. Rude.
to the public hallway.
Probably not, Josh.
The jury room is in a secured hallway that the public can't get to. So when you come back after lunch, just wait outside the courtroom. When you're all back, the bailiffs will take you back there and we'll bring you in from the jury room and get started, hopefully at 1 or as soon after 1 as you're all back from the lunch break. With that, thanks for your time and patience. Yeah, the bailiffs will talk with you about that. If you'll wear the juror badges, you still have to go through court security if you leave the building, but at least notify them or let them know that you're jurors. So thanks for your time and patience so far, and we'll see you after lunch. Hopefully won't be too hard getting lunch. Okay, please be seated, everybody. For the record, the jurors have rejoined us. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you were able to get refreshed over the lunch hour and weren't too hurried getting lunch. I appreciate all being on time. And in the interest of using your time wisely, we'll just get started again. If the people call their second witness for us, please.
People call Donald Shaw.
Yeah,
Right.
nothing about this trial is them using their time wisely.
Mr. Shaw, good afternoon. If you'll come up the witness stand over here to my right where you see the microphone and the little desk. And before you have a seat, if I can get you to raise your right hand, I'll get you sworn under oath. Do you solemnly swear or affirm under the penalty of law the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Go ahead, have a seat. Microphone is directional, so if you can try and be kind of right in front of it. And then we all have a hesitancy in normal conversations to sometimes nod our head, yes or no, or say, Try not to do that. We record this and that doesn't pick up well. With that, Mr. Green, you can start when you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, sirs. Thank you for being here. Would you please state and spell your last name for the record?
Yeah, my name is Donald Shaw, S-H-A-W.
Mr. Shaw, what do you do for work?
I work sales for Budget Home Supply
And how long have you been doing that?
since March.
Since March of 2026?
Yes,
What did you do prior to that?
Stamina.
I was a contractor.
Now, I want to direct your attention to where you were living back in March of 2025. Do you recall?
Yes,
And where was that? You don't have to give the exact address, but
the townhouse with my wife.
what was the name of the?
I think it's Victorian Village. I'm not sure what the name of it is, to be honest.
I don't know.
I said
where I live,
Foxwood
sir.
Court. Would that ring a?
Yes, it's on Foxwood Court.
And that's here in Parker.
Yes,
I bet he knows his mistress's address, though.
And is that in Douglas County?
yes,
Here in the state of Colorado?
yes.
Now, at the time you lived there, did you know an individual by the name of Robert Newton?
Yes.
And how did you know Robert?
He lives in the same courtyard.
About how long had you known Robert at the time?
At least a few years.
When you say you lived in the same courtyard, do you know about how far away you guys lived from each other?
I would say approximately 100 to 150 feet. It's pretty close. It's just a small courtyard.
So if you stepped outside of it was a townhome?
Yes,
You stepped outside your townhome, could you see his townhome
yes.
with a front door, back door?
Front door.
So,
They face in towards the courtyard.
okay. So just for the jury, there's your townhome, his townhome, and a courtyard in the middle?
Yes.
Do you see Mr. Newton here in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Do you identify him by article of clothing where he's sitting?
The light blue shirt.
To my right here?
You're right.
Your Honor, I'd ask that the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant in open court.
Excuse me, it so reflects.
Now, specifically, I want to direct your attention to the reason why you're here to testify today, which is the evening of March 9th, 2025. Do you remember having an interaction with Mr. Newton outside your residence that evening?
Yes.
And where did that interaction take place?
In the courtyard.
Can you just describe what a courtyard is?
It's basically just like an open lawn area in between the buildings. They all face in towards it. So there's, just a square block of grass in the middle.
It's like a communal area?
Yes.
Are people there all hours of the day and night, or how does that work?
During the day,
During the day mostly?
I mean, kind of normal hours. I'd say by 10 o'clock, usually it's pretty vacant.
Again, just to be clear, you were personally present, obviously, when this interaction with Mr. Newton occurred that night, right?
Yes.
Now, you tell the jury, I guess, kind of beginning circumstances of how this incident occurred.
I mean, it has been quite a long time, but the main conflict that we had was not directly with Mr. Hansen, but more so with one of his friends that would live in the same. He would like stay on his couch and things like that. We did not get along. There was a situation where he was acting inappropriately towards my wife. So we,
I'm sorry, can you not use pronouns so it's clear who you're referring to and using?
oh, I'm,
When you said he, who were you referring to?
Reese is his name. The friend of Rob is named Reese. I don't know his last name.
You said your wife, are you still married?
We're in the process of getting divorced.
Stamina.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. If you want to have him finish answering your question.
Do you recall what you were saying? Do you recall where you were when that answer?
When the altercation happened,
Yeah, just kind of what led up to it.
we were just arguing because they were getting kind of loud and rambunctious and using inappropriate language, things like that out front in the courtyard. And I had asked them repeatedly to kind of calm down. And it just kind of built up the tension between us. And ultimately ended with us arguing with each other in the courtyard.
When you said they were being rambunctious, who are you referring to?
Rob and people that he had at his home. I'm not sure who they are specifically, but I know Reese was one of them. And we kind of had an agreement that he was not going to be around as much. So there was a little bit of conflict with that. And I believe Rob came over to start talking with me. Things kind of escalated between us in, looking for a solution of a physical fight. And I offered to him that if he wanted to fight me, it would be something that would have to be scheduled in a ring. And we shook on that. When we shook hands, he did not release my hand. And basically, I pulled my hand away. When I pulled my hand away, he hit me in the face twice, followed me back to my residence, and tripped me going into my residence.
He did. He said, I will fight you, but it has to be Tuesday at 3 o'clock in the ring.
When you said you agreed to fight later on, why did you agree to do that?
Because I did not want either one of us getting arrested.
Have you done anything like that before, agree to fight at a later time?
No.
Now, are you aware of whether this incident was captured on any type of camera?
Under the understanding that it was caught by what would be our neighbor's Ring camera.
Have you ever reviewed or seen that footage?
I have not, no.
If that footage, strike that. Your Honor, ask permission to publish People's Exhibit 1.
You may. It's been admitted, so you have a right to publish it.
Bobby, you can
And
hold
for the
up
record, the video is
you can hold up the numbers in between rounds, Bobby.
2 minutes and 5 seconds long. And Mr. Shaw, I'm going to play what's been admitted as People's Exhibit 1, which is a copy of the Ring camera footage. So I want
Objection, Your Honor.
Yo,
All right, your objection,
I
Mr.
think that's a solid, I think that works. It is legal to get into a ring and fight. So I think he didn't want to get arrested again. So he did that. That's legit. He found a loophole.
Or for appeal, but it's been admitted so you can publish it. See, I don't think you're plugged in just yet.
I'm going to play it and then I'm going to ask you some questions.
All you gotta do is hold up a frickin' number and walk around. What does your figure have to do with it?
You have the HDMI cable in?
I sort of feel like making a list and sending it out. You and me in the ring Friday. Be there. Half of them are going to be there because I would show up if I got that invitation. Okay, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this. I feel like that would be a fun Friday.
Give me a second.
Yeah, I would record it. Absolutely.
Okay, there we go. Now try it. Oops.
There we go.
Seriously, I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking I would enjoy myself. I have a list of people that I wouldn't mind, you know?
All right. So playing People's Exhibit 1, starting from the very beginning and all the way through to 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
Bitch ass nigga. I don't wear underwear. Bitch ass nigga. I don't have to because I know how to wipe my own ass. Like I said, go to the step.
Can I
Yeah,
stop
I'm
just a
here.
second?
Yeah. Just
Is there a way for you to full screen it? Do you know?
That is full screen, Judge.
Okay.
Although there is one mod I will not get into the ring with. No. Maiko, don't worry. You are not on my list, Maiko. I am not getting into the ring with you. You'll bring a chair and a metal trash can.
If you guys want to move it to the front row, so you can crane your necks, feel absolutely free to do that. Or if you want to stand even in front of the bar there, you're welcome to do that. Okay, so we can go ahead.
Resuming People's Exhibit 1 at
Hold on.
Let's stand a little closer to this.
Yeah, absolutely.
resuming People's Exhibit 1 at 18 seconds.
coming. Oh, you just keep coming. Sounds big over here. No, you said step in the grass, so I stepped in the grass. I said step to the step. No, you didn't. You said step in the grass, so I stepped in the grass, and then you. What's that? You're bait. You're bait. No, he's going to try to bait me. No, I'm not. Yeah, you should. You want to sit there and chirp with your friends, go chirp. But I'm going to sit here. You wild dumb fuck. Why don't we schedule whatever? Okay, fine. I'll write up a contract, you'll sign it, you'll go into a ring, and then it'll settle this. How's that? Fuck, that's my face. Smoke it up. Shit, man. So I'm asking for you to let my hand. Don't touch me. Don't touch me now. Hey, Chad, come on. You're come on. Fuck. You're a cunt. Come on. Cunt. I just fucking told you how we can settle this. Well, that's what you do. You gonna punch me? Do it after you just shoot. You gonna punch me after you just? No, you wouldn't let go of my hand. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's my brother. You're not worth it. It's your brother. You're a bitch. You're a coward. No, I'm not a coward. You are a coward. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. Get the fuck out of here. I'm right here, dude. I'm right here. I'm calling the police. All right.
And for the record,
Okay,
Mr.
now we're going to hear exactly what we just heard. Now we're going to hear them describe exactly what we just heard?
I agree, that's the entirety of the video.
That is, Your Honor.
Okay.
The judge saw that video and was like, why are we here?
Was that the
Why?"
first time you saw that video?
Yes.
Looking back, you had mentioned on the video that you wanted to arrange a time to fight, right?
Yes.
And then it looked like you shoved Mr. Newton in the shoulder at some point.
Yes.
And why was that?
Because he was following me.
Before that, the first time you had shoved him in the shoulder, you guys had you were shaking hands.
It was because he wouldn't let go of my hand. We came to an agreement, but he wouldn't let go. So I eventually had to yank my hand away, and then I believe I pushed him afterwards.
And then as you were walking back, it looked like you had made contact with Mr. Newton again. And do you recall why you did that?
I believe that was to push him from following me.
Okay. Did you feel at any point that he was coming towards you aggressively?
Yes, I did.
Now, after you shoved him as he was following you, what happened? What did you see on the video?
He tripped me, and I fell onto the concrete
Do you recall how he did that?
by sweeping both of my ankles.
Which way did he pull them forward,
By pulling
backward?
them towards his body from behind me. So grabbing the front side of my ankles and pulling them towards his body.
And I know we could see it on the footage, but when that happened, what was the result? What happened to your body?
I ended up with a cut on my chin and kind of a road rash on my shoulder.
I know this may sound like a silly question, but when that happened, did you feel pain?
Yes.
Do you recall on a scale of 1 to 10 what you would have rated it? If you don't remember, you don't have.
Probably about a 2, maybe a 3.
Okay.
It wasn't very significant.
After that happened, he pulled your, or you say sweeped your legs?
Yes.
Okay. After that, in the video, what did you see happen?
I got back up and pushed him, and I believe I couldn't make out exactly what I said, but we began kind of arguing back and forth.
I believe, sir, at one point you said you're not wearing underwear. We're going to take a shot every time you say that, though, in this trial.
Was Mr. Newton still right next to you after you got back up from hitting your face on the concrete? Or did he walk away?
It looks like he took a few steps away.
Okay. Did it look like he walked across the courtyard?
Not entirely, no.
Okay. At some point, did he proceed back? You, I guess, followed him. You said some choice words to him.
Yes.
And then at some point, did he walk back over to where you were?
Yes.
And what happened at that point?
I just think that we have a good business idea here, guys. I think this could get big. I really do. Local community fights among enemies, not among gentlemen in a ring. You know, that touch gloves first. No. I think that we could sell a lot of popcorn and hot dogs. I just think that somebody should head this up. And we could do Throwdown Thursdays, just like Josh said. Come into the ring with your enemy. Let the whole neighborhood know who's king.
We were arguing back and forth. He then struck me in the face. I believe it was like 2 slaps and then a punch.
And what did you do after that?
I continued to walk back towards my residence, and I told him that I was calling the police.
At any point before, during those punches and slaps, as you say,
No, Bobby.
did you make any threats to him?
I don't believe I made any threats, no.
Did you make any agreements at that time to continue fighting?
No.
I don't.
So after
wait a
that
second. I don't know about that. I am not wearing any underwear. Is that a threat?
happened, you said you went back in the house. Did you do anything after that?
I contacted the police.
You dialed 911?
Yes. I believe it was the non-emergency line that I called.
And what happened after that?
The police came out and did a report and cited Mr. Newton for, I believe, assault.
Did one of the officers, I guess, talk to you specifically to get your side of the story?
Yes.
And did that officer, well, if I said the name Officer Terry, does that ring a bell?
To be honest, I couldn't guarantee you that's who it was. I don't.
Was she
It
male
was a
or
long
what?
time ago.
Was it a male or female?
It was a female that I spoke with that I believe took pictures of my chin.
And where did she talk to you at?
Out front of my townhouse,
Where did she take the photos at?
out front on the sidewalk.
Did she ever take them inside, any photos inside your house?
To be honest, I was pretty intoxicated, so I don't know for sure.
Yo, I was
If
so
I showed
drunk.
you photos that were taken with,
I was so drunk. But I wasn't drunk enough to get into a fight, so I planned it out in the ring. But I was so drunk.
that help refresh your memory?
Yes.
You're gonna may I approach the witness?
May.
All right, Josh, now you're on my list. You were off of it for a while, but you're right back on it again.
Show defense of what's been previously marked Peoples 2 through 5.
All right.
Now, Peoples, do you recognize these photos?
Yes.
Are those photos inside your house or outside?
They're inside of my living room.
And you said, do you recall who took those photos?
I know it was an officer. I can't recall the name.
Okay. That is you in those photos?
Yes.
And do those photos fairly and accurately represent the injuries that you sustained the night of this incident?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, the people offer People's Exhibit 2 through 5 into evidence.
Mr. Newton, any objection to 2 through 5 being admitted?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, exhibits 2 through 5 are admitted.
Your Honor, at this time, the people ask permission to publish People's Exhibit 2 through 5.
You may.
Mr. Shaw, I'm going to show you these photos, and I just want you to, I'm going to ask you some questions about it.
That's what I said, Micah. We should start a fight settling business called Throwdown Thursdays. Yes. We could sell
Probably
popcorn
that's
and
not coming
hot
out,
dogs.
should be. Oh, there we go.
Now, is this you in the photo?
Yes, it is.
And what are we looking at right here?
That's where I hit my chin on the concrete.
Does it look like is that blood?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And was it actively bleeding, or was that what it looked like did it look like that the entire time?
No, it was actively bleeding.
So were you wiping the blood away
Yes.
periodically?
Yes.
Okay. Now, that injury you rate as about a pain level of a 2.
Yes.
No, I said Throwdown Thursdays like Josh said. Josh
People's
said
Exhibit
Throwdown
3.
Thursdays.
What are we,
I like it.
Mr. Shaw, what are we looking at here?
Just some road rash of where my elbow hit the concrete.
There's a sidewalk, right?
Yes.
Yeah, one of us does need to be a bookie. That's a fact.
And what is this photo of?
Looks like a closer photo of the same road rash on my elbow.
Just more zoomed in?
Yes.
No underwear fight club.
Exhibit 5.
Mud wrestling is too hard to
What are we
set
looking
up.
at in this photo?
There's just a scrape across my palm from
Thank you
catching
for the
myself
cheers.
in the fall.
Thank you, great V.
When you say fall, that's when,
My feet were swept away.
did you fall on your own?
No, I did not fall on my own.
After the officers took these photos, what ended up happening?
I know that they cited Mr. Newton, and ultimately I went to bed.
Do you know what they cited him for?
I believe it was assault.
I'll pass witness.
All right, Mr. Newton, any cross-examination, Mr. Shaw?
Yes. How's it going, Donald?
All right, guys, fight verbally now. Only verbally,
So-
guys.
You stated that this was your first time seeing this video.
Yes.
You also stated it's been a while since this happened.
Yes.
In watching the video, would you say that there appears to be gaps in the actual events that happened that night based on what the video shows?
Yes, it looks like it was sped up at times.
Would you say, let's back up. So you said that this initially started with Reese, and just let the record show, the guy's name is Maurice. He just goes by Reese. You said that this initially started because of Reese. You stated that myself, Reese, and potentially other parties were on my porch, correct?
Throughout the afternoon, yes.
I mean, okay. You stated that you've had previous issues with Reese, and we came to an agreement that he wouldn't be around as much because of his situation, correct?
Yes.
Now, before this incident, and it's already been stated before, but we've known each other, correct?
Yes.
And would you say that we've had disagreements outside of this?
Your Honor, I object to relevance 4 and 404B.
All right, I'm gonna send the jury out briefly. Same instructions still apply. Don't discuss the case with one another or anyone else. Don't do any outside research from the case. I think this is gonna be fairly quick. We'll get you back in here shortly. Mr. Shaw, you can step down from the stand if you want to until we resolve this. Mr. Green, I appreciate you didn't make a speaking objection because I don't really allow those in front of the jury. Don't want the argument on the issue to sway them at all. You want to flesh out your objection?
Yeah, Your Honor, this was the reason originally for one of the concerns for the motion.
I also made the
is I
sound.
think that Mr. Newton is going to go into past incidents, prior conduct. And I don't think that's relevant for the issue at hand here today is the assault that occurred on March 9, 2025. I believe Mr. Newton's intent is to show that they have had a prior history of conflict. And I believe that's where this line of questioning is going. I don't believe that's appropriate under CRE 404B or 403. And so therefore I'd ask you not be allowed to do that.
All right, Mr. Newton, this is where you're at a disadvantage. I will tell you so far, I think for a party without an attorney, you're doing a remarkably good job, but this is one of those areas where without an attorney, and I just want to reemphasize that I really encourage you to try and apply for the public defender.
Well, in the,
But let me finish. I'll give you a chance. That's all right. I'll give you a chance to respond, and or to have advisory counsel. And for the record reflects that I had appointed advisory counsel, Mr. Newton. He decided not to have advisory counsel after the court had already appointed an advisory council attorney and the court terminated that appointment essentially at Mr. Newton's. Assistance. Give me a moment, I'm trying to find. All right, so again, recognizing you're at a disadvantage because you're not a trained attorney and don't know the rules of evidence like a trained attorney, would your response to the objection?
What I'm actually going towards has already been stated in the discovery via the dispatch call from the neighbor who made the original call to bring the police out, stated to the dispatch that this was an ongoing situation that they witnessed. They're just not here today. And also there was a statement in the discovery from Mr. Jason Reynolds stating that this was an ongoing situation. Now, with those already being in the discovery, I think it would be justified to have that on the record.
All right, Mr. Green, one more time to respond.
Your Honor, with respect to Mr. Newton's reference to dispatch and what somebody may have said on dispatch, I believe he's offering that as that's an out-of-court statement. That I believe he's offering for the truth of the matter, sir. I'm objecting here on those grounds.
All right, the court's going to sustain the objection. Mr. Newton, it's kind of hard for me, again, no offense to you at all, but given your lack of legal training, because you seem to be a very intelligent and articulate person, but other acts evidence is strictly governed by the rules of evidence. I guess I'll start there. This is something that should have been litigated pre-trial. There's an entire analysis the court has to go through to try and determine whether acts should come into evidence. There are criteria that have to be established for that to happen. The court is going to grant the prosecution objection. Court believes the prejudicial effect of any prior acts would outweigh their probative value here. The court finds that, I certainly understand it for a layperson, it may seem as though the jury should know about past conflicts between you and Mr. Shaw, but what the jury has to determine today is not what effect prior instance between the two of you had on what happened that day, but rather strictly what happened that day. And the court therefore is going to preclude you from going to questions of Mr. Shaw about past grievances the two of you had. You can certainly ask him anything you want to about what the two of you talked about that day, but you can't go into past instances of conduct. Court will find that prejudicial effect is outweighed by the probative value. With respect to that, again, the jury has to determine this based on what happened that day, not based on prior instance between the two of you. So I'm going to sustain that objection. And the fact that it appears in discovery doesn't make it admissible. There can be a lot of things in discovery that the rules of evidence prevent from coming into play, but you certainly can ask Mr. Shaw anything you want to about the incident that day. Let's bring the jurors back in and we'll pick back up with Mr. Newton's cross-examination of Mr. Shaw. Mr. Shaw, you can come back up on the witness stand.
Oh.
Okay, be seated, everyone. For the record, the jury's rejoined us. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to, the reason we sent you out was for you to make an evidentiary ruling on the prosecution's objection to Mr. Newton asking Mr. Shaw about past grievances Mr. Newton and Mr. Shaw have had with one another. I'm sustaining that prosecution objection. I'm finding that their past grievances have really no relevance because what you have to determine is not based on what happened in the past between them, but strictly on what happened on the day in question that you're hearing testimony about. So, of course, to state that objection, Mr. Newton is prohibited from going into past instances of conduct or grievances between the two of them. He certainly can ask Mr. Shaw anything he wants to about what happened on this particular day. Mr. Newton, with that ground rule, go ahead and pick up with your examination.
On the night of this incident, you are actively participating in a verbal argument, correct?
Yes.
You were yelling during the confrontation as well, correct?
Yes.
This was not a situation where you remained silent and passive, correct?
Correct.
Physical contact occurred during this confrontation, correct?
Yes, in parts of it.
You stated earlier before the jury was excused past that. Would you say that the interaction escalated quickly?
I would say that it escalated to physical quickly, yes.
And then you stated earlier, this initially started with Reese. By chance, do you remember who the third party was on the porch that night, my porch?
I do not, to be honest.
If I told you that it was Kenna's ex-boyfriend, would that ring a bell or no?
I know that you regularly would hang out with him, so I think it's reasonable to say that he could have been the third party.
Okay. Donald, you've seen the video today in the court. Would you say, based on your knowledge of the relationship that we had, I would intentionally want you to hit your face on a sidewalk?
I believe that with the alcohol involved, with both parties, that choices were made that were probably wouldn't happen in any other circumstance.
Mhm.
So, do I think that you would try to hurt me? I don't think that you would try and hurt me.
Okay. This particular altercation between me and you, it took place in the courtyard, correct?
Yes.
When the video first started, were you in a verbal confrontation with me? Or was that with Reese?
I'm not sure who it was with.
Today in the courtroom, you stated when you looked at the picture of your chin, your pain level was about a 2. Do you recall saying that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you also recall stating that you were pretty intoxicated? And stated, earlier today, you stated that you were pretty intoxicated that night, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What if I were to tell you that on your dispatch call, you stated that you only had 2 drinks?
That's probably about what I had.
So you get pretty intoxicated on 2 drinks?
Yes, because they would be large drinks. It wouldn't be the
That's right. I only ever drink one drink, but it's really big. I like how this guy thinks.
Equivalent of one alcoholic drink.
Officer, I only had one drink.
Now, and just to restate, you fell during this altercation and your injury occurred when you struck the sidewalk, correct?
I did not fall. I was tripped.
Noted. And at that time, you declined medical attention at the scene, correct?
Yes.
Now, after this was filed, were you aware that the original ticket was dismissed?
No, I was not aware.
Okay. And then after they reissued the ticket, did you later file a motions to have the charges dropped?
Yes.
Now, you would say that there was a lot of yelling and confusion during this confrontation, correct?
Yes.
Would you agree that not every movement during this altercation was intentional?
I think that would be hard to say. I guess I would need some description of what you're referencing.
So you cannot testify as to exactly what the defendant intended in the moment?
In which moment are you referencing?
So let me bring a specific moment back. Do you recall that night me coming off of my porch and asking you or making the statement of, if you really want to fight me, then swing on me?
I know that we discussed fighting, yes.
Do you recall prior to you offering to schedule this in the ring, me repeatedly telling you that if you really want to fight me, then swing on me? And your response was, how about we just settle this in the ring? My statement was,
Good job, John.
you set it up and I'll be there. And then we said, let's shake on it.
You
Do you recall that?
Okay, sorry, you gotta ask questions. You sound like.
Yeah. Do you recall that?
Yes, I can't recall the exact words, but that was basically the intent of the conversation.
Now, you may or may not know, but I'm going to ask. Were you aware that I live by a specific rule that you can say what you want to say, you can do what you want to do, but if you put your hands on me, we have an issue?
Just so you know, the way he put his hands on him in the fight was, this guy said, let's do this in the ring. The other guy agreed. They shook on it, okay? The defendant would not let go of his hand, pulled his hand to him, and touched his hand to his own chest. And then was like, okay, you touched me, let's go.
No.
Okay. At this time, what would I say? I reserve, or if I may want to come back and ask more questions, but right
Well,
now.
Mr. Green's going to get a chance to ask questions just based on the questions you asked.
Mhm.
And then after Mr. Green asks questions based just on the evidence of the questions you asked, you'll have one more time to ask questions based just on
What he asked.
questions that he's going to ask when he gets up. That answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Green, any stream of witness back over you, any redirect?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Shaw, I want to talk to you about some things that Mr. Newton brought up just now across. Mr. Newton brought up about gaps in the video. From watching the video that you saw, did the video that we watched capture everything where there was physical contact between you and Mr. Newton?
Yes.
Okay. So there's no missing video that would show you guys being in some sort of physical altercation that was not played here in court today just now?
No.
Objection.
Well, you'll have a chance to recross him on his answer to that question.
Mr. Newton also mentioned that everything happened, quote, quickly. And so I don't necessarily know what quickly means, but after you got tripped, your ankles pulled backwards, Mr. Newton walked away, right?
He started to, yes.
And then after a period of time, he came back and struck you in the face?
Yes.
Now, that was enough time for somebody to disengage, to cool off, or to make a choice other than to come back and strike you in the face?
Yes.
So it wasn't like something that happened split second quick?
No.
Something else got brought up about whether you believe that Mr.
It was two separate fights, Josh. Yep. He walks over. They agree. He pulls his hand to his chest and then slaps him twice, punches him. So then this guy tries to walk away. And then the other guy follows, leg sweeps him, and he falls and hits the concrete.
Newton would, I don't remember if he said intentionally hurt you, something along those lines, and you said you don't think he would. But I want to ask you, do you think if somebody pulls your ankles out from behind you as you're walking towards concrete, that wouldn't be intentionally trying to hurt somebody?
I believe there was an intent to hurt. Yes.
Do you believe if somebody slaps you in the face as hard as they can, that they're intentionally trying to hurt you?
I believe Mr. Newton was trying to get me to hit him back.
Can both of those be true at the same time?
Yes.
So you can intend to hurt somebody and intend for somebody to hit you back?
Yes.
Would you say hitting somebody with a closed fist, you intend to hurt them?
Yes.
Do you ever heard of a situation where somebody hit somebody in the face and they didn't intend to hurt them?
Yeah, if there's a mosquito.
Mr. Newton also mentioned something about the first summons being dismissed. You said you weren't aware of that?
No, I don't recall seeing that.
Were you aware that it wasn't actually dismissed? What had happened was a court date, their initial court date was wrong, so they got rid of the ticket and reissued the summons with the new court date. Are you aware of that?
I was not aware of that.
Okay. Mr. Newton also discussed that you had filed a motion to dismiss. Is that true?
Yes.
Can you tell the jury why you would do something, why you would file that?
Primarily at the time we were neighbors, and I wanted to at least be cordial with each other, and he is friends with my wife.
So was it
With
a lot of
benefits.
was it a lot of your motivation for filing the dismissal?
I would say it was more circumstantial,
And what do you mean by that?
just because he lives right there, and he is friends with my wife. That's more my motivation behind filing this.
So I don't want to put words in your mouth, but he's saying trying to keep the peace, something like that.
Yes.
And then just a couple more questions. Mr. Newton talked about settling in the ring. You guys agreed to settle it in the ring.
Yes.
And you mentioned, you testified earlier on direct that that was because you didn't want to get arrested.
Yes.
Did you settle it in the ring?
No, we did not.
In fact, did it not get settled on the sidewalk in front of your townhome?
Well, no, it did not get settled.
Well, right, exactly. So you didn't consent to that, did you?
No, I did not.
So it wasn't settled as you had agreed to originally earlier in that incident.
Correct.
When you guys had shook hands and said, let's settle this in the ring, it didn't get settled in the ring.
No, it did not.
Past witness.
Okay, Mr. Newton, again, just questions based on the ones that Mr. Green just asked, but if you have any based on his questions just now and Mr. Shaw's answers, you have another opportunity to question.
Tomorrow we're gonna get to the interviews by the police, and we're gonna learn a little bit more.
So again, I state, our altercation started roughly in the middle of our courtyard, correct?
Yes.
And in light of the fast advancement that happened in this incident, would you say that it would be easy to lose track of your bearings, given it being at night and a intense situation?
As far as my ability to move,
No, just bearings of where you're located, GPS, things of that nature.
no.
Would you say that you're a pretty calm guy?
No.
Would you say that you don't think as clearly when you're in an uproar?
That's hard to gauge, but I would say no, I can see it clearly.
Have you ever been traveling?
He was trying to say that he didn't. He was trying to ask that question because he's attempting to say he didn't know there was a sidewalk there. So it's not his fault that this guy fell and hit his face on a sidewalk.
And felt frustration and maybe missed a turn, missed a stop, missed a location you were supposed to stop out before going home just because of the frustration that you were going through?
I'm sorry, I have to object to relevance.
All right, Mr. Newton, what do you think
trying,
the relevance of that is?
that the defense is arguing that this is accidental as far as the damage. And
Your Honor, may we approach?
That's right. Let him finish.
prosecution is arguing that I had to have been aware of where that sidewalk is. I'm clearly trying to state a basis of that. In all the chaos, it's easy to lose your bearings.
Okay, I don't think whether he's ever been in that position when traveling has any relevance to what
Correct.
you may or not have been. So I'm going to sustain the objection. You don't have to answer the question. Go on to another question, Mr. Newton.
Can we go back to the video?
You want to play it?
Please.
I think you're
And-
still- hold on one second. I think you're still queued up, Mr. Green. Let's see if it is.
And if possible, I mean, I don't want to. If I ask for a pause, can you give me one?
Yeah.
Bitch ass nigga. I don't wear underwear. Bitch
Hold on
ass.
a second.
I think it's doing it. Let me extend it. Duplicate.
There we go.
I'm going to restart the video.
All right, Mr. Newton, if you want Mr. Green to stop it, let him know where you want it stopped.
Just tell me when to hit play, Mr. Newton.
I think he's ready.
Ready? Okay.
Can we start in pause just to get that volume sign out of the line?
Yeah. Bitch ass.
Now, what I want to point out right here,
Mr. Newton, you need to be close to a microphone just so that we get your voice. That's all right, just so we get your voice on the record.
so what I want to point out right here is right behind where that video sign, the volume sign came up, you can see me standing on my porch. Okay, this is the distance I am. Go over there and just show them.
Sure. Again, you can't testify. This has to be a question. You'll get a chance to testify later if you want to.
Go ahead and play.
I don't wear underwear.
Now, I'm still in the same location. Excuse me. Donald, would you say, based on this freeze frame, that your attention is directed to me or someone in that corner that you're familiar with?
I would say it's in the direction of in between your house and where the parking lot is. I don't recall if there were people over there talking, so I don't recall if it was towards you or that direction.
Now, you earlier stated that this incident started with a situation with Maurice. Would it be safe to assume that with your attention being in between, Maurice is someplace off of the camera that you're actually talking to?
Yes, potentially.
Go ahead and play.
Bitch ass nigga. I don't have to because I know how to wipe my own ass. Yeah, come to your step. Yeah, just keep coming. Just keep coming. It's big over here. No, you said step in the grass, so I stepped in the grass. I said step to the step. No, you didn't. You said step in the grass, I stepped in the grass, and then you.
This is one of the glitches that I'm talking about in the video. Skipping time. We went from. Can you back it up just a second?
Sure.
We go from 7:59.
Not in Trailer Park Boys, they don't, Kelly. Right, Michael?
So there's a large gap of information that's there. Sorry. Would you say that there's some information that potentially could be useful in identifying how this transpired based on what you just seen there?
Not random.
I'm not sure. I don't know if this is an edited video. I don't know if it's based on sound that the recording happens, so I'm not sure how to answer that correctly.
Not a problem. Can we go ahead and play?
Oh, God. You're bait. Yeah. You're bait. No, you are trying to bait me. No, I'm not. Yeah, you should. No, you want to sit there and jerk with your friends, go jerk. But I'm going to sit.
So here we have it again. A large jump in time. Would you say potentially that there could be some information in this gap that could better shed some light on the situation?
I don't really think so because I don't believe we were talking in that time frame.
Correct. And you also stated that that night you were pretty intoxicated and you don't really remember all the events, correct?
Yes.
Go ahead. Mark.
It's wild.
So, would you say that, in contrary to all the parts that have sound, would you say it's awkward that all the skit has no sound, that we have no idea what was being said, what was being done, and what was happening?
Correct.
Go ahead, Mark.
Dumb fuck. Why don't we see it? I'll do whatever. Okay, fine. I'll write up a contract, he'll sign it, we'll go into a ring, and then he'll settle this. How's that?
Looking back towards where my porch would be, would you say that that potentially could be Reese and potentially Kenneth's ex-boyfriend that's standing there with the neon jacket on, right next to?
It could be, yes.
So now you've referenced, is it Kenna is the name? Like Kenna twice? I'm not sure the jury has any idea who she is.
Hey, she really has no relevance to this other than the fact that her ex-boyfriend was there, which is the only reason why. And I can't even remember his exact name anymore.
Okay, okay, that's fine.
I just want to get reference in the video.
I honestly wasn't sure whether it was Mr. Shaw's wife or, and I thought the jury might be wondering that as well. So thanks for clarifying that.
Now, if we could back up just right before the skip. Right, a little more. So right now,
So again, you got to be, I'm sorry, close to the microphone. That's okay. I just want to make sure your voice is on the record.
so right now, Donald, can you tell me what timestamp is on the video?
It says 8:02 and 51 seconds PM.
Okay, and then, can you go ahead and play and pause it again as soon as the sound starts? And Donald, what time is on the timestamp now?
8:03 and 42 seconds PM.
No further questions.
Okay. You're not off the hot seat yet. Do any jurors have any questions for Mr. Shaw? Okay, if you'll write it down for me on that form in the book. Anyone else? No? Okay.
Do I have to write the case number?
No, just your question is fine. I can fill all the rest of that in for you, the witness's name and case number. and everything.
Your Honor, may I remove the exhibit?
Yes. Okay, if, Mr. Green, if you and Mr. Newton will both approach, we'll go over the question. I'll wait till you're up here to subject the jurors to the obnoxious noise. All right, apologize for that white noise. The court is not going to ask the question. And again, please don't feel slighted or insulted by that. I just think there's a legal reason not to ask it. Do any other jurors have any questions for Mr. Shaw? Okay, I see none. Mr. Shaw, thank you for testimony. You're free to step down and at this point, free to stay or go as you see fit. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been in here about an hour, maybe a little bit more. Let's take about a quick 10-minute break. We'll call it the afternoon break.
Your Honor, the people call Officer Matthew Sir.
Good afternoon, officer. You can ride up to the witness stand. And if you raise your right hand for me, I'll get you sworn. Do you solemnly swear or affirm under the penalty of law the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? All right, go ahead, have a seat. If you can be right in front of that microphone, it's kind of directional, so you have to be pretty much right in line with it. And Mr. Green, you can start when you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, officer. Appreciate you being here. Could you please state and spell your last name for the record?
It's Matthew Sir, Matthew, and last name is Cer.
I see you're in uniform today, but can you tell the jury what you do for a living?
I'm a police officer for Parker Police
How long have you been employed as a police officer with the Parker PD?
since 2022.
And what unit are you currently assigned to?
Assigned to the patrol unit.
I'm going to just back up. So to be a police officer at the Parker PD, do you have to attend some sort of academy or training?
Yes, sir. It's hundreds of hours of training. I was trained in the Highlands Ranch, or went through the Highlands Ranch Academy. It's hundreds of hours of physical and academic training, and also practical test as well.
Say training, can you, anything specific that you have done that you can talk about?
Sure. So the academic test, we go over the CRS, or Colorado Revised Statute. We take, as far as practical tests, we do a lot of scenario-based trainings, whether it comes to investigating crimes, active shooters, and other things of that nature.
You said investigation, so you're trained on doing like field investigations?
That's correct, sir.
Okay. Are you also a post-certified peace officer in the state of Colorado?
That's correct, sir.
Can you explain to the jury what that means?
So to be a post-certified officer means I'm certified by the state to be a police officer, which includes all that training and the test. You have to get an 80% or higher on the post-certification to become a police officer.
Did you have any prior law enforcement experience before starting with the Parker PD?
No, sir.
I want to go back to, you said you're a patrol officer. What specifically are your general duties as a patrol officer with the Parker PD?
Generally speaking, protecting the public, enforcing local and state laws, and supporting the Constitution. We do that through increased patrols, responding to calls, and community policing as well.
Now, I want to direct your attention to the reason you're here today. Were you working in a capacity as a Parker police officer on March 9, 2025?
I was, sir.
And on that date, were you dispatched to Foxwood Court, which is in Parker, which is in Douglas County in the state of Colorado?
That's correct.
Without going into what was said to you, what type of incident were you dispatched to investigate?
Initially, it came out as a disturbance. Not sure who the reporting party was at that time, but the reporting party communicated to our dispatch that two neighbors got into a physical altercation. So that's what I responded to, essentially responding to an assault.
Do you recall about approximately what time you responded?
I know it was later in the evening. I can't recall the exact hours.
It was dark outside?
Yes, sir.
Now, after you arrived on scene, what did you do?
So prior to my arrival, other officers were already on scene. There was nobody as far as what I saw so the apartments face like this large grassy area. There was nobody besides the officers that I saw were in that grassy area. But after speaking to the officers on scene, they advised that obviously there was, assault that occurred. As I walked up to, through the kind of apartment area, I noticed there was some blood on the sidewalk. So I kind of found that interesting, knowing that potentially the assault occurred somewhere in that area. I looked for surveillance footage to see to see if we could find out what occurred.
When you say there was other officers on scene, do you recall what officers those were?
Yeah, that'd be Officer Terry Daniels, Officer Dylan Hurd, and then also my sergeant, who's no longer is with our police department, but Officer Mark Troll.
Is it common to have that many officers respond to a scene like this?
Yeah, if it's the assault occurs, even more officers would possibly respond, but sometimes we just don't have the capacity to do so.
And so when officers respond to a scene like this, how does the work get divvied up, so to speak?
Generally, we try to find a suspect and a victim. We look for any physical evidence or any like surveillance evidence. At that time, I was looking for surveillance evidence.
And is there like a primary officer that it's their scene, they're the one doing the main investigations?
Generally, it's maybe the first officer that arrives on scene, but sometimes it does change with the amount of information that we acquire.
And is the first officer who arrives on scene, is that the one who generally, if a summons or arrest is going to happen, is that the one who normally would issue the summons or arrest?
That's correct.
So do you recall who, basically whose scene this was when you arrived?
As far as I understood it, primary officer looked like Terry Daniels.
So as part of your investigative efforts, you mentioned you saw blood on the sidewalk. Did you end up making contact with an individual?
I did. I noticed there was one ring doorbell camera facing towards the grassy area, kind of near where the blood stain was, and I made contact with Mr. Reynolds. And when I rang the doorbell, he opened up and he wasn't surprised to see me. He even stated that he was waiting for us to contact him.
Is that pretty common?
Yeah, a lot of times if, especially in that kind of, the way that everything, where that neighborhood, everybody's pretty close together. If something occurs where other people hear it, generally they are expecting us to look for video footage.
So after you made contact with Mr. Reynolds, did he talk to you outside his house, invite you inside his house? Where did this conversation happen?
So he invited me inside his house. He stated he just put his older daughter to bed and his, kind of felt bad because his younger daughter was up and pretty adorable, but still felt bad. It was later at night. But he invited me to his house and he said he was just recording, doing a screen recording of the Ring camera footage.
And did you personally review the Ring camera footage?
I did. Yeah, he pulled it up for me, and I observed what happened in that grassy area.
Did he pull it up through the Ring app, or how did he show you?
Yeah, so it was through the Ring app that he had, and as he was showing me, he even got a notification that said like somebody's trying to contact him or something like that through the Ring app.
And what did you see when you watched the Ring app?
So what I saw is I saw two individuals. They were yelling at each other. We've had previous contacts with these individuals, Mr. Shaw and Mr. Newton, and they were arguing about something, and they've met at the center of the grassy area. Mr. Shaw recommended that he'd drop or write up a contract for them to fight to settle whatever disagreement they had. And they shook on it as they're shaking hands. I heard Mr. Shaw say, "Let go," and try to pull away. And it's almost like a tug of war match with a handshake. Then I saw Mr. Shaw push Mr. Newton in the shoulder. Mr. Shaw started to walk towards his residence as Mr. Newton followed relatively close, and they continued to, Mr. Newton continued to follow him as Mr. Shaw headed towards his residence. Mr. Shaw turned around and pushed Mr. Newton again. Then as Mr. Shaw turned around and headed towards the sidewalk area, Mr. Newton grabbed Mr. Shaw by his ankles and flipped him to his face, and Mr. Shaw face planted kind of at the location where I saw the blood. After that, Mr. Shaw got up, faced Mr. Newton. Some words were said, some name calling happened. Can't occur exactly what was like the name calling. But I think somebody called him a coward, and then the word cunt was used. Then Mr. Newton slapped Mr. Shaw twice in the face. Then Mr. Newton punched Mr. Shaw in the face, and Mr. Shaw turned around and walked back to his residence saying he was calling the police.
Now, how were you able to verify that the individuals in that video were, in fact, Mr. Shaw and Mr. Newton?
From prior interactions with the two, we've been called out there multiple times for either disturbances or other occasions.
Were you able to verify or match maybe some like attire or clothing from the video to what they were wearing whenever you made contact with them?
That's affirmative, yeah.
Now, after viewing the footage, did you take steps to have it preserved as evidence?
I did. So I sent Mr. Reynolds sent an evidence.com link, or it's called like an axon.com link. And you can pretty much upload any video surveillance evidence to us. Some pretty large files, up to like 25 files a piece. And basically you can be through text message or through email. And then a link is sent to whoever we send the Axon link to. They click the link and they can upload the footage to us, which is then uploaded to evidence.
Did you later review or access the video file that was uploaded?
I did.
And you reviewed the video of the Ring camera footage?
Yes, sir.
If you saw that Ring camera footage, would you be able to identify it as the Ring camera footage you saw on scene that night?
Yes, sir.
You're not asked permission to publish People's Exhibit 1 again?
Granted.
Officer, I'm going to play this video. I'm going to play it all the way through, but I want to just make sure that this is the same video that you saw when you were on scene. So starting People's Exhibit 1 from the beginning, playing all the way through to minute 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
Bitch ass nigga. I don't wear underwear. Bitch ass nigga. I don't have to because I know how to wipe my own ass. I said go to the step. Yeah, come to your step. Yeah, just keep coming. Just keep coming. I'm still speeding over here. No, you said step in the grass, so I stepped in the grass. I said step to the step. No, you didn't. You said step in the grass, I stepped in the grass, and then you. What was that? You're bait. Yeah. You're bait. No, you are trying to bait me. No, I'm not. Yeah, you should. You want to sit there and chirp with your friends, go chirp. But I'm going to sit here. You wild dumb fuck. Why don't we schedule whatever? Okay, fine. I'll write up a contract. You'll sign it. You'll go into a ring, and then you'll settle this. How's that? Fuck out my face. Smoke it up. So I'm asking for you to let my hand. Don't touch me. Don't touch me now. Bitch ass nigga, come on. Come on. You're a cunt. Come on. Cunt. I just fucking told you how we can settle this. Like I told you, you won't punch me. Do it after you just shoot. You won't punch me after we just. No, you wouldn't let go of my hand. Go ahead. Go ahead. My brother. You're not worth it. You're a brother. You're a big. You're a coward. No, I'm not a coward. You are a coward. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. Get the phone. I'm right here, dude. I'm right here. I'm calling the police. All right.
That was the footage, sir.
That was the footage?
Yes, sir.
Now that night, were you, well, as part of your duties as a Parker police officer, you issued a body cam?
I am. Yes, sir.
And were you equipped with a body worn camera while investigating this incident?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And just to be clear, is it part of your regular practice to activate your body worn camera during investigations like this?
It is.
And did, I already asked you that, but did your body worn camera capture the incident that we've just discussed?
It did. Yes, sir.
And have you reviewed your body worn camera footage from this incident before testifying today?
I have, yes, sir.
Shown defense, People's Exhibit 6. Your Honor may approach the witness.
You may.
Show the witness what's been previously marked as People's Exhibit 6. Officer, do you recognize that exhibit?
I do, yes, sir.
What is it?
It's my copy of my body worn camera on a DVD or DVR.
And how do you recognize it?
I recognize it from watching it this morning prior to the court.
Are there initials and dates that are listed on that on the DVD?
There are, sir.
Are those your initials?
Yes, sir.
And what is there a date on there that's today?
It's today's date, yes, sir.
So you initialed and dated it today after you reviewed it?
I did, yes, sir.
And is the body worn camera on there fairly accurately depict the body worn camera footage from the night of this incident?
Yes, sir, it's 100% accurate.
Your Honor, at this time, the people move to or offer People's Exhibit 6 in evidence.
Any objection, Mr. Newton?
No, Your Honor.
Exhibit 6 is admitted.
This time, Your Honor, the people request permission to publish People's Exhibit 6.
You may.
Officer, I'm gonna play your body worn camera footage. I would note for the record, the length of the body worn camera footage is 31 minutes and 29 seconds. However, I only intend to play about the first 8 minutes of it.
Okay. And again, for the jurors, if you need to move to see better, feel free.
We're going to go over a little bit and go through this. 8 minutes.
Officer, do you note a date and time at the top right of this?
Yes, sir. It's here, 3/9/2025, 2016, 17 hours. So it's about 8 o'clock, 8:20 p.m.
Tomorrow we're going to see a different body cam that gives us more information. Thank you for the cheers. Thank you.
I want to pause it real quick at 41 seconds. I notice your fingers looks like they're coming towards your chest. What are you doing right there when you do that?
So I'm muting my body worn camera.
And why would you do that?
So anytime we're interacting with other police officers in an administrative task, so whether it comes to talking about charges or the incident itself, as long as there's no suspects or subjects or witnesses, by state statute in our policy, which matches state statute, we're allowed to mute our body worn camera.
Thank you. And resume and play at 41 seconds of People's Exhibit 6. You tell the jury why there's no sound right now. What's going on?
I'm speaking to my sergeant, and he's kind of laying out as far as the incident that occurred. We're coming up with a game plan as far as like how we're gonna approach it in my duties for this investigation. So now we're looking for Ring doorbell camera footage.
Right here. That's all I want to do. You can say if you want to say, you can talk. But once you put your hands on me, that's a problem. I have the right to choose. Period. So I'm saying, do, what the fuck are you doing?
You hear somebody talking in the background.
That's one.
Hello, Officer of the Parker Police. Yeah. Sure you know there's probably something going on out here. Do you have footage of it? I do. Can I see? Come on in? Yeah. Excellent. Hi, sweetie.
Bedtime in the house of the
I'm so sorry. Oh, no worries.
I was
Sorry to
just,
bother you guys.
I figured it was gonna happen, so I even screen recorded it right now.
Really?
I mean, I have a lot of the altercation.
Oh, yeah, video too.
It's
Fantastic.
video. Yeah, I'll just go.
I mean, see audio. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My brain's a little fried.
I don't have to, because I don't have
That's Donald the name.
Okay.
And then he's over here on the grass. I can go to the other video. So I kind of went back and forth so you can kind of see where they were.
Keep coming. No, you said 70 grams on a step. No, you said 70 grams on a step grass.
That's word because they just said something the whole time. This is
fine.
when it gets to the sickle.
He's going to try to make you from else. You want to sit there and get your friends go true. Sit.
They walk away the first time and then they come back again. So
That's Donald. That's Robert.
well, so they go to shake.
Yes, they're agreeing to fight.
So they're saying they're going to sign a contract and they're going to fight in a ring. So no one presses charges. So they're going to shake hands and then Rob want to let go. So they're going to go back and forth. And Donald pushes him away. Quick to the grudge beat. Back.
Oh.
Toss it over.
So when he grabbed him, he didn't
Yeah.
hit him.
No, he didn't. But he'll come over and hit him 3 times in the face. So he comes back. Stands right here.
Oh.
One more jab. Then Donald walks inside and walks away. If you want, I can send it to you.
Yes. Fantastic.
Okay. What's the best number?
Oh yeah.
No. Well, I can text her.
Either yeah. Or I can send it to evidence.com and you can
Yeah, if you want
whatever's
to put it in,
easier.
or
If you can send that to me now, that'd be great, and then I'll give you another link. So 720.
I didn't put anything in there, so sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. And then I'll give you an Axon link as well.
And then this will be an email.
Yeah, so it's however you want to do it. I can
I can
send you
do
a
text
link.
or email, or you can give me a link if you want.
Okay, awesome. Here we go. Lovin, can you hear me a case number, please? Copy, thank you.
Do you say hi?
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so if you want to put in your phone number
Yeah,
there,
absolutely.
I can send you a link. I'm sorry to bug you guys. We'll get the
It's all right.
footage and then
It's bedtime, so
Yeah.
the reason why I heard it is because we were trying to put the older girl down first, and you know,
I can
we've
go.
been here almost 2 years, and
I can go probably minutes without swearing.
we've only seen the cops call it 10 or so times. So,
on then.
oh, it's
So it's an ongoing feud.
well, they go from being friends to having altercation. So,
Okay, send me an invite. Then can I get your info?
yeah, sure. It's Jason Reynolds, Jason, and Reynolds REYNOLDS.
What's your date of birth, Jason?
3/16/88.
I know you just typed in your phone number, but what is a good phone number for you?
It's 714. Oh, yeah.
Let me get you a case number in case something else comes up.
Yeah, and like I said, I have more of the altercation. I just kind of did the more like face.
Oh, okay. I did forget.
Stopping it at 8 minutes and 4 seconds.
Okay. We need to stop or we'll be here all day. Actually, unless I have to stand up. Standing up automatically produces swear words. If something falls on the floor and I have to get it way down there, whew, the words fly. Because that's the only way I can do it. Got to talk myself into it. Alright guys, thank you so much for coming out. We're going to see the rest tomorrow. We're going to see the other officer's body cam tomorrow and hear more about the victim. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow guys. Thank you so much. Bye.
Well, I thought I'd write a happy song. I found a chat room where I belong. You don't know how much it means to me. With such a groove, I'm less lonely. Oh, Kathy's the creator. She's leading the way. At Court Vibes, we laugh and we stay. Her smile shines bright. She's got that grace. Come join the fun. It's a welcome and play. I can count on distraction from my pain, 'cause this creator takes you there and back again. Kathy is the heart here, always in stride. Her work is hard, but her joy she can't hide. Oh, Kathy's the creator, she's leading the way. At Court Vibes, we laugh and we stay. Her style is classy, she's always top shelf. Don't take my word, come and see for yourself. Her cases are new with a twist or two. I really like them, I believe you will too. A little lifeline passed along in rhyme. Why don't you join us? It's a guaranteed good time. Oh, Kathy's the creator, she's leading the way. At Court Vibes, we laugh and we stay. Her smile shines bright, she's got that grace. Come join the fun. It's a